It was really weird. Hi guys, happy Friday. Today is Chase's birthday. He's 9. I'm the proud owner of a 9-year-old, which is a little bit shocking to me. But here we are. So I am going to show you a little bit of glam. Most of this comes in the 18-piece makeup kit, but I am going to use our Cherry Blossom set because I'm literally obsessed with it. It's a limited edition palette. We have a bunch of limited edition makeup right now. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is start with a little makeup primer. I had gluten this week because I'm a little rebel, and it turned out to be a terrible decision. So what happens when I have gluten now? My eyes get really puffy and swollen. My eczema comes right back out. And my face is just really itchy and dry and swollen for like, I don't know, today's day 3 now. So I've been trying to really just kind of take care of my skin and flush out as much of what I ate as possible. So I've been drinking a ton of water. I've been sticking completely gluten-free and it's working. It's like rehabbing quicker than it did before, but the bounce back, man, the comeback is not so good the second time around. Hi, Terry. Hi, Connie. All right, so this is just primer. Oh, lost an earring, dogs barking, why not? All the things. Chase keeps being like, it's my birthday, I can do whatever I want. And I'm like, no, I think I should get a little recognition for your birthday because I was a pretty important part of that all happening. But I seem to be the only one who thinks that. Okay, so I want a more full coverage look because my skin is a little bit broken out right now and I want moisture. Mina, stop. If it's not one person in this house, it's the dog. All right, so I want moisture, but I want coverage. So I'm actually going to go in with our medium CC cream with SPF 30, and then I'm going to blend it with a little bit of my Honey Beige foundation. This is going to give me a flawless, moisturizing, dewy finish. And that's why I'm blending the two together. Hey, Sarah. So this is a little bit of medium CC cream, and then I'm adding a little bit of Honey Beige liquid foundation. So Honey Beige has SPF 15 in it, and then my tinted moisturizer has SPF 30. So CC cream and foundation. I personally love this mixture of product. It gives you the best of both worlds, and right now, Mama needs the coverage because I did a bad thing. You know that TikTok video where it's like, don't do it, girl. I'm not going to do it. I was just thinking about it. That was me the other day when I was deciding whether or not to eat what I ate. And I decided, and it ended up being a terrible decision. But my husband's like, why all of a sudden do you have like this intolerance? I don't understand. He thinks that like food allergies are like a joke or a hoax of some kind. They're trendy. I have a trendy food allergy now. Okay. I'm going to blend this in using a Morphe 446 blending brush, and I'm just going to stipple it in like so. I actually think I put a little too much on, but that's okay. So I like to use a brush or a sponge. Today I decided to use a brush because I just thought it was going to be a little quicker, but you can use whatever product applicator you prefer. You probably see me use my Eco Tool sponge more often than not, but I know some people like a brush. Just don't do it with your fingers. I'll never understand people that do foundation with... Mina, for the love of Pete. We had the plumber here today, so Mina is on high alert that someone could come back and fix a broken pipe at any moment. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Erin. Okay. Blend down your neck. All right, so flawless coverage, glowy, dewy finish, SPF, all of the things. And just make sure you like blend it out, especially if you don't tan your face and you're looking to basically turn your face a whole different color to match the rest of your body. Make sure that you blend it like up into your ear and over into your hairline. And that way it won't look like phony baloney. Okay, so let's go in with a little concealer. I'm gonna use the shade Light today because I don't wanna go level 100 with it. This concealer is really, really pigmented, so you don't need a ton of it. I just put a little bit on. I never dip the applicator a second time. Hi, Meg. Under the nose, because my nose has been super red from my allergies and eczema and all of the above. And make sure we got these breakouts taken care of. Okay, and I am going to use an Eco Tool sponge to blend this in. So this is just a clean, damp Eco Tool sponge. I like to use the short, flat side, and a little bit of moisture in it just helps everything blend out that much easier. Hey, Nicole. So that's why I personally choose to do that. And I wash it instead of just spritz it because these kinds of tools can harbor bacteria, and that's the last thing you want to keep dabbing your skin with something that's dirty. So I just wash it with hot water and hand soap every time I use it. Okay. Under my chin, or under my lip rather. You want to be careful if you're putting concealer on an area where you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, that you're moisturizing your skin really well at night, that you're doing an exfoliation on your skin at least 3 times a week, followed up with a really good moisturizer or oil serum on your skin morning and night, and that you don't put too much product on that area, because as your face continues to move like an accordion all day, that makeup is just going to get scrunched into the fine lines and wrinkles. It's not a flaw in the makeup. It's more just, you know, as your body heats up and has crevices, things are going to go into those areas. So the best way to combat that is just by not putting a ton of makeup on that area, or making sure that you set it with a really good powder. Okay, so speaking of a really good powder, powder is like insurance for your face. So I'm going to set my face with our new pressed powders. I'm going to set it with the shade Medium for my actual foundation, and then I'm going to set the highlighted areas with the light foundation. I think it's called Fair. It is indeed called Fair. So I'm going to take the medium shade and just press that in. This is going to give me like a really flawless sort of airbrushed look. And it's also going to set that CC cream and foundation so it doesn't move at all. I was never a powder person before I started really learning why you do certain things with your makeup. And then once I tried makeup and I realized I didn't need to look like my grandmother when I put it on, it was a whole other story. All right, so I'm gonna now go in with our pressed powder in the shade Fair. And I'm just gonna press this where I did my concealer. So keeping that area nice and bright and flawless. These also have SPF 15 in them, so everything that you're putting on your skin has a sun protection factor on it, which is really important for not just, you know, preventing things like melanoma and sunburns and whatever, but just anti-aging. Skin that's really, really overexposed to the sun is going to show signs of that a lot sooner than that which isn't. Fabulous. All right, let's go in with some bronzer because I'm feeling a little pale now. So Glow On bronzer is back in stock. I'm in love with the shade. It doesn't give you like a orange or a red tint to it. It just gives you a nice golden bronze. And I just feel for right underneath my cheekbone. And press up. Always blend back towards your hairline, and that way you won't end up with like a bunch of pigment right near your mouth where it can kind of look muddy. It's because I'm wearing black. It's gotta be because I'm wearing black. Some colors really throw off the video. Forehead. and jawline. All right, so don't forget the jawline. It helps kind of blend everything together. You can also contour your neck a little bit, just like we do the rest of our face. You go a little bit further down on the sides of your neck and not as far down in the center, and that's gonna make your neck look really long and lean. Little tricks. All right, I'm just gonna do the sides of my nose really quick. So I just kind of start towards the top where it meets my brow, and I try to do a line straight down, just like that. So start at the top of your brow and then go straight down the side of your nose. I'm not really that good at contouring my nose, to be very honest with you, but I try nonetheless. Hi, Jacqueline. I'm gonna blend it out. We can always go back in with a little bit of fair and kind of clean up the sides afterwards. We will do that, promise you. Okay, so 20% off products. Light brow pencil is one of the 20% off products. I love our brow pencils. They're really easy to use. They don't give you cartoonish looking eyebrows, which is one of my very biggest pet peeves. Just a very natural, easy product to use. And you won't get that like anime character look about your brows when you're finished. I watched someone do their brows the other day, and it was like a car accident. I could not look away. So she filled her whole brow in from the front to the back, and it looked like a stamp. And then she took concealer and went all the way from her hairline to the other side of her hairline with concealer and cut out. It was like, it looked like a mask, like a superhero mask. And at the end of that, she announced how natural she thought that her brows looked. And I was just amazed. You know, you couldn't turn it off. But it really makes you think about, like, there is a style for everybody. She was loving her brows when she was done with them. They were 100% her, even though they look like upside down smiles. She was living her very best life. So if you do your brows a different way and you don't agree with the way that I do my brows, keep on rocking, because honestly, there isn't a rule to makeup. There's just what you like and what you don't like. So don't let anybody dull your shine with that. It is what it is. All right, let's put this away, and then I'm going to show you our brow gel. I'm going to use the shade Light Medium today. I love the brow gel because it helps to keep your brows in place, and it also gives your brows like a microbladed sort of look. So brow gel is sort of like a mascara for your brows. And I just comb up and over. And it gives each brow a nice little gel coating so that they don't move during the day. If you have long, wiry brows, it's especially helpful. If you have very little eyebrow, whoops, I've got it in my hair now. If you have very little eyebrow and you're looking to take what you have and really maximize it, this grabs onto every single brow and just puts it over the top. So you're able to make your brows look naturally more full. Instead of seeing skin, you're actually gonna see like brow. Brow with air quotes. All right, let's go in with a little Dusty Rose blush. Love this brush. It's the prettiest, softest shade, very natural. It looks amazing on everyone. And blush just gives you like a very polished, fresh look. All right. What time is it? Like 3:30? This is the first thing I've eaten today. Mom life is for real. Okay, so let's go in with the limited edition Cherry Blossom palette. I could not love this palette more. Ooh, what's going on here? I could not love this palette more. I think it's gorgeous, especially for summer. I personally love pinks on just about every eye color. I haven't met one yet that I didn't think was attractive. So we're just gonna do a really pretty soft pink eye today. I'm gonna start with the shade Petal. I'm trying to use different colors every single time I go in. All right, so we're gonna start with the shade Petal. which is this very soft sort of ballet slipper pink. And I'm gonna put it everywhere from my lash line up to my brow. And you can really see it show up. Everything's got a really nice pigment to it without being overwhelming. So that was the shade Petal, all the way from the inside corner to the outside. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with the shade Full Bloom. This like really pretty sort of magenta color. And we're gonna go in with Full Bloom, and I'm gonna pack it in the crease of my eye. And I'm just sort of blending it out very loosely, very light hand, circular motions, and then right into the crease. Now, if you ever wonder why I tap the brush off before I add it to my skin, it's just to get those extra little particles that pick up the powder and not the pigment off. That way I don't end up with the fallout on my cheek that kind of like screws up your whole makeup deal. All right, now we're gonna go in with the shade Branch, which reminds me of Trolls. And I'm just gonna go right on the back corner, feeling for where my actual eyeball is. And popping that in there just for a little bit of extra definition. And then we're gonna also sweep it right on my lid, where my lashes meet up to my lid. So almost as like a liner. And you could go in with a liner brush, but I just want a very subtle, soft look. I'm going to take a little bit of that Branch and put it on my lower lash line as well. Sort of like a smoky pink. I remember when smoky eyes became a thing. I think it was just after I had Chase that I like learned what a smoky eye was. And then I wanted to do it all day, every day. And I looked a little bit extra, you know, just kind of hobbling around the house with my smoky eye. But at that point you could only do it with like black eyeshadow, which was a little bit goth of me. But I have so many pictures of when Chase was an infant and I'm literally rocking smoky eye for no reason whatsoever. Sounds about right? Okay, Speaks Volume Mascara, extra 20% off. Oh, I forgot to say. So all preferred customers get 20 to 40% off of my website for a full year, plus free shipping and free gift offers all the time. This is an extra 20% off. So if you're getting 20% off, you're now bumping it up to 40% off. That goes for the brow pencil I just showed you, the palette, the Speaks Volume Mascara, which is my favorite because it's hypoallergenic and it makes your lashes really full and bouncy. No, that's not my dog. Usually it's Mina out there leading the barking brigade. All right, so 2 nice thick coats of Speaks Volume. Will really set this eye look off. I didn't do eyeliner. Like I said, I wanted like a very soft kind of fairy-like look because I'm celebrating me today. Like Chase would not be here if it were not for me. So I think mom should get a little recognition on a child's birthday also. Chase always asks to hear the story of the day he was born on his birthday. And I'm always happy to oblige him with the tale of the fact that he was so impatient that The nurse told me I had hours before I needed to get to the hospital. And as soon as I got there, because my husband was a basket case, as soon as I got there, they checked me and I was 7 centimeters. And by the time they called the anesthesiologist for my epidural, I was 9.5. And then I had to push. So I wasn't, like, the doctor hardly had time to switch the room over from being a regular room to a transformative delivery room by the time he was ready to come. And the poor nurse, she stayed with me because her shift had ended and she didn't want me to get used to somebody else. So when he came out, all of his amniotic fluid was behind him and it totally knocked this poor woman like a wave. I looked over at her and she went from being totally dry to looking like a wet rag. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And it was the amniotic fluid behind Chase that splashed her. The poor thing. Okay. Can you tell I'm loving pink lately? My hair is still pink. My blush is pink. My eyeshadow is pink. We're living the pink life this year. All right, so speaking of pink, we're gonna go in with one of our brand new lipstick duos. This is the Bloom lipstick duo. So I'm gonna take the shade Tulip and I'm gonna line my lips with our lip liner in Tulip. I overline slightly right in the center. So I just make my lips a little bit fuller by overlining in the center, right on the top and the bottom. And then we're going to tailor it in on the sides so that it doesn't look like we got punched in the mouth. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with Bloom on the lipstick side, which is lip cream, matte lip cream. Hi, Erin. All right, so matte lip cream in the shade Bloom. I take as much product off as I can because the trick to getting your makeup or your lipstick to stay all day is not to over apply it. You can see there's still plenty of pigment. Okay, and now the top. Oh, thank you, Erin. All right, well, where is my concealer brush? Okay, I drew outside the lines slightly. Okay, so we're gonna want that to set, and I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer in the shade Light like I used for my under eyes, just the tiniest little dab. And I'm gonna put it right in the center and sort of ombre this look out so that my lips look a little bit fuller. And it's also just a way to change up your lip routine. If you have sort of the same routine, you can add a little bit of concealer to it every day. Just makes it look a little brighter and a little fuller. And now we're gonna go in with the gloss on this Bloom shade. That's what I love about this. If you're a lipstick reapplier, you can just throw one product in your purse and be done with it. All right, so gloss. Again, don't over apply. Your lips aren't going to absorb it. And that just kind of melts the concealer together. I'm wondering if I should do an eyeliner. Let's do a little eyeliner, why not? I'm gonna go in with black, which is Carbon. And I'm just gonna run a little bit on the inside tear well corner. and a little bit right on top. And then I'm going to blend it out with a brush so that we get a really soft look, because we don't want it to look chunky. So grab a little angled brush like this, a little angled brush. This I use for eyeliner all the time. I'll take my powders, wet my brush, and then I will go in and turn my eyeshadows into liners with them. But I'm just gonna blend this out so that it creates like a soft, sort of like winged transition. And you just want it to like gracefully blend out. Hi, Samara. Technically, this should be done before mascara, so you don't screw up your mascara, but here we are. All right, and then I'm going to take a little of our pressed powder in the shade Fair, and we're just going to clean up this eye look so it looks really sharp. I'm going to take that short flat side and just put it right in my compact. And we're gonna clean this eye look up just by going right underneath our eye. What's nice about the flat side of this is that you can get a nice clean line and then blend out. Hi, Julie. All right, and then we're gonna take it and do the same thing on the sides of our nose. This is a trick, believe it or not, that I learned from like a 13-year-old British boy on TikTok. I'm obsessed with him. He's amazing at makeup. And he literally changed the shape of his face one day. And you know who was glued to her phone for it? Me. I was like, I love you. I love everything about you. I'm gonna blend this out. Hi, Julie Bloom. How are you? And you see how it just made my eyes look so much more crisp? And dust it off, blend it away, brighten it up. Now there are a ton of amazing highlight colors in that Cherry Blossom palette, so I like to use them for highlight. So I'm going to go in with the shade Nectar, which is this gold, and I'm just going to pop it on the inside corner. I'm feeling like very gold and pink vibes today, can you tell? And I'm just doing this with my finger, clearly. No special tools needed. This just like brightens up your eye a little bit. And then I'm going to take a little bit on a tapered brush. We're going to use it as a little bit of a highlight. Multi-purpose. All right, there you have it. So what I always do after I finish with powder is I take a super powder brush like this. It has nothing on it. And I just do a little once over of my face. It just kind of helps to blend everything together so that you don't get any really high spots or really low spots. You always look amazing. Thank you, Julie. Trust me, I did not look amazing when I logged on here. I look like I had something the cat dragged in. But this is why my skin has been on a roller coaster ride because of my allergies and apparently my newfound gluten intolerance. So my eczema has been really rearing its ugly head, and I feel like makeup just helps restore me to like feeling normal again. All right, so I'm gonna set my makeup with Refreshing Set Spray. Even though we finished with powder, this is gonna make your makeup look really glowy and dewy all day. And it sets it so it doesn't move. So all of these products are Arbonne. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Mary Beth. All these products are Arbonne. All of them are gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, paraben-free, non-GMO, plant-based, botanically based, vegan, all of the things. They're amazing. I have special offers of the yin yang. So this month I have 4 30 days healthy living bundles and 4 makeup 18-piece makeup kits available at a special price, but I only have 4 of each of them. So if you guys are interested in getting color matched or getting a bundle, just shoot me over a message and I can hook you up with that. But I only have 4 of each. So once they're gone, they're gone. But just a little fun thing to do for Chase's birthday, and I was able to get 8 total bundles. So just shoot me a message if you want to get color matched for anything that I used today. Shoot me a message, comment below. I will go take a picture in that window and I will list out all the products that I used today, so that way it's easier to kind of shop. But anyone who places an order directly through me with me, just shoot me a message and I can hook you up with a little special goodie for me too. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be back on here tomorrow. If there's something special that you want to see, just drop it in the comments or shoot me a message and I can work it into the next video. Other than that, have a beautiful Friday. I love you guys and I will see you soon.